YouTube, what's going on? Jamar again, Vegas Sense here. And today I have another original fragrance here from the house of Alexandria Fragrances. And this one is, I don't know if you can see it there, but this one is California Winter 2018. Okay. So this particular fragrance, I was really curious to, kind of know what this smelled like. I originally, I think I originally heard about this from, I want to say the guy's name or his channel anyway is Frag World. I think is what his channel name is, and he has all kinds of bottles from Alexandria Fragrances. I don't know if he bought all the bottle of, or, if Haney just hooked him up with, just hella samples. But I mean, he has, if not half the collection, maybe all of the Alexandria fragrances. And this was one fragrance that, Haney sent him. And it was California Winter 2018. So just hearing that name, I'm thinking to myself, okay, California Winter 18, how does that smell? Is it something that just smells, I guess, like really green, like a Christmas tree or something like that? Or like, how does that smell? So I was lucky enough to have Haney send me three samples. I didn't tell him, what to send me or anything like that. And he sent me, this was one of the three fragrances in 1 ounce bottles that he sent me. So when I get this in, I sprayed this. I sprayed, what was it? Hafez 1984. And then I was really curious to know how Dark Knight smelled. So I sprayed that one as well. Now, Hafez 1984, that one definitely, that caught my attention like immediately. Um, but, this one, when I first smelled it, it initially it smelled a little green, like I was almost kind of comparing this one to Green Irish Tweed. So I had probably like a 2 or 3 mil decant of Green Irish Tweed that still has some juice left in it. So I sprayed that, and then I sprayed this and kind of compared the two. Um, they smelled, I guess, a little similar. But as I smell this now, it definitely it doesn't smell like Green Irish Tweed. It really doesn't. Um, it has like a sweet, woody, and I guess you could say kind of leathery, maybe even tobacco type smell. Now I think the official notes in this, according to the Alexandria website, are that it has raspberry in it, saffron. Um, I think it said like berry accords, which I don't know if that's the raspberry or whatnot. But then it has leather in it um, as well as the woody notes or whatnot. So this particular fragrance, I was really, really surprised how differently I guess it smelled from the first time that I sprayed it. The first time that I sprayed it, I just sprayed it on like a business card. That's what I normally do with a fragrance that I've never smelled before when I first get it. I always spray it on a business card and kind of smell it to get kind of a feel for how it's gonna smell. And it smelled completely different on the business card than it did actually on my skin, which I guess that's common sense. Anybody that's I guess experienced with fragrances would probably say like, yeah, you should go ahead and spray that on your skin to really know what it smells like. And so I wore this to work one day. It was probably on a Saturday or Sunday, and At my job anyway, on those 2 days, I'm like almost the only person in the entire building, because everybody else is off pretty much. And thankfully, that was the case. I sprayed, I want to say, 4 sprays of this on, and like no lie, like I sprayed this on at. I normally leave out of the door at about, I don't know, a quarter to 5 a.m. or so. So that's probably around the time that I sprayed this on. And I get off work at like 2:30 p.m. On Saturdays and Sundays. No lie, like this was still projecting at like 2 o'clock p.m. Like that was like a whole like 9 hours later, basically. Like it was ridiculous. And I mean, it got to the point where, like on my lunch break, I went to go and get something to eat, and inside of the car, like I had to roll the windows down because it was like this stuff was that strong. It was projecting that strongly. Mind you, my lunch break was at what, 10:45 a.m. You know, so I mean this had been sprayed on me like almost 6 hours prior, and it was still projecting like crazy, like absolute crazy. So this stuff right here, I would say you probably only need two, like, and at the very most 3 sprays of this stuff. Like it doesn't really seem like it's gonna be like a super strong scent, but just from that one day, like I'll never spray 4 sprays of this on like ever again. And it's it's definitely a scent that I think you probably could wear this year round. Like I don't think that it's only like a winter scent, despite the name being California Winter 2018. But I would say if you do wear this in the summertime, probably you only need probably about one and a half, 1 to 1.5 sprays of this. Like it's definitely it's that strong. Um, so again, with this particular scent, it's classified as a leather, woody, sweet, aromatic type scent. This is another, original fragrance from Alexandria Fragrances, and I would definitely recommend this. I do think that it would be like a good work scent. I do think that it's a good scent to maybe wear like for upscale type events and stuff like that. Um, I don't know if this is really like a casual type scent. But again, definitely this is a good work scent, I would say. But you definitely you have to be really careful with how much of this you spray on you, because it does, when you first spray it, um, it does seem to be, like a nice light kind of, clean, airy type scent. But it's almost like it becomes stronger, um, as the day progresses, and as it kind of settles into your skin. It seems like it becomes stronger, and it projects forever. Like I've never had any other Alexandria fragrance, maybe with the exception of like Hawaii Volcano, because that seems to project on me a really long time as well. But that might be the only other fragrance that I've had that has really projected that, excuse me, that strongly for that long. So you have to be careful with this stuff. But um, just giving you, I guess, a breakdown as far as how this performs. Longevity on this is like ridiculous. Like I said, this projected on me for over 9 hours. So you can you can obviously know that this is gonna last on you forever. Um, so I mean, the longevity on this has to be a 10 out of 10 for sure. Projection on this is like an 11 out of 10. Um, and just as an overall scent, I would give this at least about an 8.5 out of 10. This is a really good solid fragrance. Not as good as Hafez 1984, but it by no means does that mean that this is like a poor original fragrance. This is really really good. Okay, so again, just like any other Alexandria fragrance, this size bottle of 1 ounce comes in $42.99. 2 ounce bottle comes $62.99. Go ahead and check them out. I'll see you on the next video.